you know that a person gets distracted every 3 minutes and it takes you a whole whopping 23 minutes to regain focus and go back into the zone? Constantly getting distracted by your hair, by your makeup, by your phone, by text messages, by calls, by whatever the case. If you're constantly being distracted when you're trying to focus in on a project that is urgent, then this is costing you your time. This is why you're not achieving your goals. This is why you're not achieving your to-do list, and it's taking over you instead. There is an art of mastering focus, and it's not just so easy as to, oh yeah, let me just set time apart and let me just get into the zone. No, there's a lot of psychology that goes beyond you just procrastinating. If you want to master the art of staying focused, then in today's video, I'm going to share with you how you can do that and triple your results. If you guys are new here, my name is Geraldi and I make videos all about goal setting, productivity, and procrastination. So if that's the type of content you love to consume, then don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Also click the notification bell so you do know when I do upload, and follow me on all my social media. I'm at Geraldi Silva. Before we begin, I did want to mention that a Magic Mind is having a January Wealth Health Challenge where they describe that the 5 pillars of mental health and having mental wealth is sleep, diet, exercise, stress management, and exogenous compounds, things like air pollutants, which we don't think actually affect our mental health, but they really truly do, especially right now with all of the fires that are happening in LA. There's just so much of that decline of mental wealth and mental health. We are having a bundle for this month where you get the mental performance shot and the sleep performance shot, which both of them together really drive your productivity and help you master that focus. So they are having a bundle sale for, you get both packets. Is the mental performance shot, and then this one is cycle. So the sleep cycle helps you fall asleep faster and helps you wake up more refreshed, because sleep is so important. Is really important for staying focused, okay? Extremely, because if you're tired, you're falling asleep and you're not staying focused. So like I said, they're having a sale where you get both of the bundles for 45% off. Just utilize my link. I'll have it down below. You utilize that link, and they have this sale going on for this entire month, and you get to be part of their mental health wealth challenge, which both of these together just help me stay that much more focused towards me achieving my goals of becoming a full-time content creator. So thank you so much, Magic Mind, for sending me these performance shots, and for giving my audience an amazing, incredible deal. So if you guys want a chance to try either of these, the link will be down below. Thank you so much. Now let's get towards the first point of this video, the cost of distractions. Number 1, the cost of distractions. If you're getting distracted every 3 minutes from your phone, from whatever the case, you're losing out on time. It is robbing you of your time, because once you set time apart to sit down and really focus in on something, and you get a text message and you pay attention to that, then you trying to get right back into the zone, get right back into that momentum is going to be a million times harder to do, especially if you're somebody who wants to procrastinate, especially someone who's been procrastinating. And then you finally sit down, you have the motivation to sit down and film, or sit down and write that book, or sit down to finally go to the gym, and then you get distracted by something and you just lose out. Like, all of this is just robbing your time. So how do we master that? How do we be above our notifications, be above of all of these commitments that we have to do? How do we actually say no to everything so that we can focus in on our goals? So this is where I would like to introduce to you the concept of deep work. And there is a guy who created a book called Deep Work. His name, I believe, is called Cal Newport. So when I was doing research for this video, I heard of the concept of deep work and I've watched a couple videos about it, but I never knew it actually belonged to a book. And when I was writing down the script for this is where I really wanted to dive in and really teach you guys the philosophies behind what deep work is. Deep work is it's the ability to focus intensely on a cognitively demanding task for a period of time, completely free from interruptions. So deep work means that you are producing high value tasks like going to the gym, tasks like working on a project for work, tasks like me filming. Like, I need to be super deep into it in order to produce the words that I need to, so I can provide value for you guys. Like, I really need to like hone in on focus. I can't be texting while filming at the same time. Like, it's just not possible for me to multitask. So these high value tasks are the ones that you can't multitask at all. Like, you can't be cleaning while watching a podcast. Like, it's not that. This requires your full attention, and you need to focus in order to receive the information or to produce whatever it is that you need to produce. It's like sitting in class and listening to a lecture. Like, you need to be fully engaged in order to receive the payout of whatever it is, right? So it's producing a high value task. And so this is where the concept of deep work comes in. And when we are looking at mastering the art of staying focused, deep work is focus, right? You need focus in order to produce that. So there's 4 different philosophies as to what you can do in order to utilize this concept to the best ability. So we all have heard of like the strategies of like time management and whatnot. So it's kind of that same similarities, but just a lot more honed in, and it really focuses on the type of schedule, lifestyle, and personality you have. And you can take this concept and really apply it to whatever life you are currently living, whether you are a super busy person or you're somebody who is really flexible in your schedule, or you're just like very strict, like year round, just work. This concept really can be applied anywhere in your life and can help you learn how to stay focused and produce the results that you're looking for times 3. And this is how I was able to just learn how to focus in and just produce whatever it is that I need to be producing and then call it a day. So I do want to dive into the 4 philosophies. So this is number 2. The 4 philosophies of deep work. Like I said, there are multiple different ways on how you can incorporate this this concept into the life, depending on the type of lifestyle you are currently living. So like I said, there's 4 different ones, and you could just apply it. You could just hear which ones work best and apply it to the life that you're currently living. So the first one, called the monastic philosophy. I really hope I said that right, but I'll write it on the board. I'll write it on the film. But monastic philosophy. So this one is a strict approach that involves dedicating long periods of time to focused without dedication. So, for example, this is like dedicating an entire morning every Tuesday to work on your business. And this one is best utilized for people who are extremely flexible with their schedule. Like, they make up their own schedule. So this is not good for somebody who has a 9-to-5, because you're not going to be able to apply this many hours towards one singular task. This is for somebody who owns a business and can really dedicate that time and hours into their business. And this is not to make you feel bad whatsoever, because just because you have a 9-to-5 and you're trying to make your side hustle into your main hustle, we're all there. I'm there too. This does not apply to me either. But like I said, there's 3 other ones that could help apply towards mastering the art of staying focused. But this is when I was reading this is kind of like a monk style living. So you're really diving in when you're in a season of producing. You're saying no to a lot of commitments, because you're spending multiple hours on multiple days just working on that singular task. Let's say you have a book that's coming out, or a master class that you're writing. You're spending multiple hours every single day just working on that master class or on that book. And if anyone needs your attention, and if anyone requires your presence, you're going to be saying no to a lot of commitments. And so monks, from what I read, monks, what they do is that they'll go away to like cabins, or just kind of fall off the face of the earth and just disappear for a little while to work on whatever personal stuff that they are working on, and disappear for a little while, and then they'll come back and reconnect again when they want to network, when they want to communicate, when they want to present what they've been working on and their findings and their spiritual stuff. Like, they'll come back and they'll reappear and kind of just show what they've been working on this entire time. So that's applying the monk style. So you're literally disappearing from your family, you're disappearing from all events, you're disappearing from literally everything, and only focusing on whatever deadline you are on, and just reappearing again once that's kind of over, once that season is done, once you've completed that task. That's when you can reappear and reconnect and network with your close family members and friends and social gatherings again. So like I said, this is the best approach for those type of people who have their own business and can make up their own schedules, and literally have, like, their business is their life, and that's how they make their living, that's how they make their lifestyle. So I'm hoping at some point I can have that lifestyle too, because I would love to just, I don't know, disappear for a while and just work on honing in on my like brand and my business and stuff like that. But not there yet, so we'll get to the second one now. So the second philosophy is the bimodal philosophy, and I feel like this is the one that's the most commonly used, but it is a time management strategy that involves alternating between periods of deep work and periods of shallow work. So shallow work are things like I said, things that you can multitask with. So like folding your clothes and watching a podcast, going washing your dishes and talking on the phone. Like, these are shallow work, so it doesn't really require a lot of your mental it doesn't require a lot of mental load, but it does require you like kind of moving, so it's multitasking hands. So this is the one that is the most commonly used, right? We kind of know the time management strategy, where you're scheduling things, when you're scheduling time for producing, when you're scheduling a couple hours of you diving into some deep work, and then afterwards like going and doing chores, or going and helping your kid with their homework, like things of that sort. So this is the one that we most commonly use. But like I said, there's two other ones that I really haven't heard of before, and it's just crazy to me, because we put so much pressure on time management and telling you like, hey, you need to find the balance in life of your deep work and your shallow work. And if you can't get to that, then you just end up feeling horrible about yourself, and you start thinking like, man, like I am a procrastinator, man, I am lazy, man, I can't get through my work schedule, or time management just seems so difficult for you, or you're not even somebody who requires that much of a deep work to be constantly alternating. But like I said, this is the one that is most commonly used. It's best for people who do have like those 9-to-5 jobs while also having a side hustle. So if you're going to your 9-to-5 and then you're wanting to build a business on the side, then having this bimodal philosophy, by utilizing this type of concept of deep work, can really help you balance, right? Because there's not really much of balance, but balance between your regular work job and then the one that you're trying to build. And so you can utilize this if that's the type of schedule that you have. So like I said, this is best for people who need to do some deep work but also have other responsibilities. This is the one that I use as well, because I'm trying to build a full-time content creation, so therefore I do have a full-time job while also trying to juggle my my YouTube career, and I also have other responsibilities. Like, I do have to cook and clean and all that stuff. And I have kids, so I'm constantly trying to balance, and this is the one that kind of fits my lifestyle the best. But like I said, there's 2 other ones, and so let's get into it. So number 3 is the rhythmic philosophy. So it is a scheduling philosophy that involves in alternating deep work and shallow work on a consistent basis. So this kind of sounds like the bimodal, but there's one key difference on this one. This one is typically only used kind of on a monthly consistent basis, but it's not like a daily basis. So things like weekly planning or creating content for me, or client meetings, or any logistical tasks. So these are things that you do on a weekly basis, but it's not a daily. So you do it once a week, you do it twice a week, and that's really all you do for the entire week. You take your time from like Monday to, let's say you have client meetings on Mondays and Thursdays, and those are the only key days that you need deep work. Like those are the only days that you are blocking out time to focus on those client meetings, or blocking out those times because you need to do content creation, or you're blocking out those times because of whatever reason. So this is consistently on a weekly basis, but it's not consistent on a daily basis. So this is a little bit more flexible. This is actually a lot more flexible. So this is strategy is best for those who need to schedule for a recharge. If you're kind of needing like time to like recharge, think of it as like a Sunday reset. You're setting time aside to kind of recharge your energy, and reset for the new week or reset for the new month for whatever reason. This is best for those people who just need that and don't need it on a daily basis, who don't need to time manage every single day. They just want so think of it like budget planning, right? If your goal is to save money, then budgeting on a weekly basis is something that you will need to do on a weekly basis. It's not really on a consistent basis. You'll be doing other things consistently, but it's not deep work. You need deep work to really hone in and go through all of your finances and making sure that you're staying on top of your budget. Like, you need time set aside in order to do those things, but it's not on a daily basis. You don't need to be going in every single day and creating a budget planner, a weekly budget. It's just once a week you're doing it and then you're done. So like I said, if that's the type of goal that you have, then this philosophy would really help you hone us in on that art of staying focused, where you're not putting so much pressure on the fact that you're not doing it every day. This is something that's just like, oh yeah, I'm setting time aside on a Saturday, I'm setting time aside on a Friday night, I'm setting time aside on a Sunday to really just refresh and recharge my energy, refresh and recharge my space for the upcoming week. And I'm sitting down and taking the time, and I'm blocking out time to be able to do this. So this doesn't have a lot of pressure, but it is consistent. And then the last one, I feel like this last one is best utilized for beginners because it is a journalistic philosophy. So this is best. So a journalistic philosophy is a strategy for fitting deep work into your schedule whenever possible. Think of it like meditation, and like the title says, journaling. You need time, like 5 to 10 minutes, to just journal out your feelings, or to sit there and meditate. That requires a lot of your focus. This is the best, I'd say, if you are somebody who is procrastinating a lot and just cannot for the life of you just get 5 minutes to focus on having good attention. This is the best strategy to use when you're trying to learn the art of focusing, when you're trying to master the art of staying focused and work your way up to the monk style, right? This is like basic beginner. You take 5 to 10 minutes whenever possible. This is not meant to pressure you to schedule things in every single morning, to just sit down and making sure that you're journaling 365 days out of the year or meditating 365 days out of the year. No, this is whenever possible. You're focusing in on, you're sitting down and taking the time to focus on whatever task that you want, whether it's journaling, meditation, or what have you. You're taking your time and you're learning that process of staying focused and staying off your phone and not being distracted, not needing to multitask, not putting on that pressure to make your schedule so perfect. So this one is best utilized for unpredictable schedules. So if you're somebody who works, let's say, in like retail, your schedule is not consistent unless you're like a manager, but you're not on a consistent schedule basis where you're working, like, for example, 9 to 5. You're working on a Monday and then you're working on a Tuesday and then the next week you're working on a Wednesday, Thursday. Like, this is somebody who has an unpredictable schedule, who only knows their schedule once the week is approaching. It's never like, oh yeah, I know when I'm working this time to this time every single day or every single month. I know exactly what times I'm working. Like, nope, I only know my schedule once the week is about to start. That's when I know what I have available. So this is perfect for those type of people and for the people who are just starting on learning how to focus in on their time. And so, like I said, you can literally go and look up more about these philosophies. I just kind of gave you the basic rundowns and the options towards like what philosophy works for you. But you can really go in and see and dive more into each philosophy. And if you guys want me to do like a breakdown of each philosophy and really just go in on how you can apply this and how you can master yourself into whatever philosophy you want, please let me know. I will be more than willing to do it. I love researching stuff like this. It's so interesting. But yeah, so I kind of give you just like the basic rundowns. So check whichever one you feel like you can really master, whichever one can really fit best with your lifestyle. Apply it and start there, and you can work your way. It doesn't mean that you will have to stay in that beginner section. It doesn't mean that you have to stay in the monk style. It doesn't have to mean that you have to stay in whatever philosophy. You can work your way into different philosophies and apply them whenever things come up. Like, for example, for me, I switch between the rhythmic philosophy and the bimodal, and I'm hoping that at some point I can get up to the monk style, because I would love to just sit for hours and work on my craft every single day, every single week, because that's something that I want. I want to be able to do stuff like that. But unfortunately, I do have a 9 to 5. But once I start hopefully making some money off of this and I could just quit my job, I could just even indulge into it some more, because it helps me feel that much more creative than I ever will at my regular job. So before we get to the last portion of this video, which is the 4 ways to execution, so how to execute this philosophy, before we get to that, I did want to mention that I do have a membership called the Committed Collective, where I am starting this membership as an accountability group. So an accountability group for people who are wanting to go after their goals and just need that extra push, who needs that tribe, who needs that community to kind of dive into it some more and just have somebody they can tell their wins to, tell their struggles, to tell, who needs that help and guidance to succeed into their goal. So with this membership, the things that you will be getting is that you'll be able to join an accountability group community. So as soon as you join, you will have the option to sign up for an accountability partner who's within the group. And this is totally it's up to you whether you want to sign up for an accountability partner. It's not you're not forced to do it. It's just there's an option there if you want to do it. And just know that if you're signing up to have an accountability partner, it means you're also going to be an accountability partner. You're keeping the other person as like accountable as well. So you're being assigned accountability partner, but you're also being one yourself. So you're going to be assigned a partner who you are going to be keeping each other accountable. Like I said, it's totally optional if you want to have that, but that will be an option in this group. And then we will be doing a monthly meeting, like all together. So your accountability partner, you will have a weekly meeting, and I will be providing you kind of a rubric of how your weekly meetings are supposed to be. So this is gonna be a consistent basis. So I'll be giving you guys kind of a rubric of what needs to be said, what you guys can do, and obviously you can also take it however you want to, but you guys are setting up your schedules and seeing what fits best, whether it's a phone call, a text message, or getting on Zoom and talking to each other. Like, it's totally up to you how you guys want to check in on each other, but you will be having like kind of a weekly meeting with each other to just see how things are going. Or if you guys want to check on each other on a consistent daily basis, that's fine too. I don't mind. It's up to you guys how you guys want to organize that little meetup. But you will be meeting on a weekly basis. I will be giving you guys kind of the rubric of how you're going to meet on a weekly basis. And we will be meeting all together as a group on a monthly basis, just talking more things about succeeding towards your goal and touching on topics like commitments and discipline and resilience, and just answering any Q&As that you guys may have. If you're struggling on a certain thing, how we can help you and combat that. We'll also be celebrating wins. If you guys want to share your wins with us, we'll be able to do that, and just celebrating every accomplishment, every struggle, and just encouraging each other. I want this to feel like such an amazing community filled with people who want just that much more of encouragement and a positive, safe place to talk about what is going on in their journey. You also get the inside scoop of any new products that I hopefully will be launching in the future, and you will receive an official membership club certificate to kind of acknowledge that you are part of this group and this exclusive amazing group, and you will get a certificate for that, so you can hang it up on your wall and kind of also show as like a commitment to yourself of like, I'm doing this, I'm part of this group, and I'm committing myself towards my goal, and this is a chance for me to just even be more committed towards my goal. And then I will be doing a quarterly mini course on a breakdown on whatever topic that you guys want via polls. So I'll be sharing a poll of whatever topic you guys want me to talk about. If it's more of things like this, like the philosophies of deep work, or more things about productivity, or more things about procrastination, whatever topics you guys want me to do a breakdown on, I will do that, and you guys will have access to that for free. Just a mini course breakdown so that you can just learn that much more and apply it towards your life and really achieve your goals. So that's what you will be getting in this membership. It has not launched yet. I have a waiting list happening, so when it does launch, you guys will have first access to sign up for this membership. I'm making it super cheap. I don't want to make it so expensive. I want it to be accessible for you guys, but that does not mean that it's not going to stay that price forever. So there will be limited seats when it does open, but I'm hoping, but like I said, I don't want to make it too expensive. I'm not expecting you guys I don't want to make it too expensive, probably like $5 to $10. I'm not quite sure just yet. But like I said, there is a waiting list happening. I will link the waiting list down below, so you could just signing up and putting yourself on the waiting list is for free. You don't have to pay to do that, but this waiting list will be down below if you're interested in joining that group, that accountability group. And you will be also receiving some newsletters from me. I send out free newsletters every Thursday, so you'll be signed up for that as well when you sign up for the waiting list. But okay, let's get to the last portion of this video. So number 3, the 4 different ways to execution. So choosing the best strategy that fits with your type of lifestyle will only give you the biggest advantage towards achieving your goals. Because if you're putting something that just does not fit with your lifestyle, you're going to feel the pressure and you're just going to want to give up, and you're going to feel like a failure, and the less you're going to want to try again. You're going to end up giving up. So when you find something that fits perfectly with what you want and you apply it to your lifestyle, and it fits like a puzzle piece, the final puzzle piece to your life, the biggest advantage you're going to have, you're going to jump from point A to point Z, because it's just going to propel you, and it's going to be that extra push that you need to really push you forward towards achieving your goals. So there's different ways on how we can execute this type of lifestyle and how we can apply it, because it's not so much of just, there is the planning portion, right, where you're planning like, okay, this type of philosophy fits with my life, I think this would be good, and then planning out your days based on that type of strategy. And then the execution part is where I feel like a lot of people kind of fall short on, where they don't know how to actually get up from the bed and follow through with their plan. I always say, don't make the appointment if you're not planning to show up. Do not call, make that appointment, and then plan on not showing up, because you will get a cancellation fee. And that's the same thing that I apply when it comes to me scheduling in my tasks. Same thing that when it comes to me scheduling in on my my Google Calendar. Like, I'm not making my planner so pretty just for me not to just execute it. When we are making our planners, when we're dedicating our time and our energy into ensure to write down every single little chore that you have to do, every single little to-do list, every single little task that needs to be done, we're not just planning it, we're executing it. Okay, don't plan if you're not planning to show up. Don't make the appointment. When you are blocking out time to do a certain task, that is you creating an appointment with yourself. Don't make the appointment if you do not plan to actually execute that plan. Don't make the appointment if you don't actually plan on showing up. So the number one thing towards executing is that you need to focus on the wildly important. Think of it as prioritization, right? Think of what is the number one thing that you have to get done. You need to identify a small number of ambitious outcomes to pursue in your deep work hours. So this is, for an example, an ambitious outcome, a numeric ambitious outcome is for me, my goal is to become a full-time content creator. So my ambitious outcome, the wildly important thing that I need to do in order to become a full-time content creator is to publish YouTube videos. So I, on a weekly basis, need to create at least 3 YouTube videos, which I do, 3 YouTube videos that I'm going to upload 3 times a week. So I upload Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So I need to ensure that every single week I am not only just planning 3 videos a week, but I'm also executing on 3 videos a week. So this is necessary because it gives you a numeric number to work towards. For example, if you say, hey, I want to lose weight this year. Okay, cool. How much weight do you want to lose? You say, I want to lose 30 pounds. Okay, cool. How are we going to do that on a weekly basis? How many pounds in a week do you need to lose in order to lose those 30 pounds? Obviously, we need to keep it healthy. We can't say, I need to lose 3 pounds. No, we're losing, let's say, 1.5 pounds a week. Or to make the math better, we're losing 1 pound a week. Okay, cool. So that gives us a numeric number to work on a weekly basis. So you need to look, when you're planning your week, when you're planning out your week, you need to look at the numeric number. What are you working towards? This gives you a tangible number to kind of work towards. Let's say you say, I want to be a book author. Okay, cool. How many books do you want to publish this year? I want to publish 1 book a year. Okay, so how many pages do we need to write on a weekly basis to get up to publishing 1 book a year. This is how you need to focus on the wildly important and to identify a small number of ambitious outcomes. So the ambitious outcome is, I want to be an author, I want to lose weight, I want to have a full-time content creation business, I want to have I want to pay off $10,000 in debt. Like, those are the ambitious outcomes, and you need to identify a small number that's going to help you generate that ambitious outcome. I hope that made sense. So let's get to number 2 when it comes to execution. Is you need to act on the lead measures. Lead measures predict future conditions, while lag measures track the result of what has already happened. By monitoring lead measures, you can identify potential issues and take corrective actions before they impact the final results, right? The final outcome. So for example, a lead measure, like I said, lead measures is identifying future conditions. So for me, my lead measure is publishing 3 videos a week. And my lag measures, these are things that we already know happen. So I publish 3 videos a week, and my lag measures are things that what happened after I published those videos, right? If my goal is to become a full-time content creator, then my lead measure is I need to publish 3 videos a week. My lag measures is what happened within me uploading 3 videos a week that is going to help me become a full-time content creator. So we need to look at things like my monthly subscriptions. We need to look at my monthly revenue. We need to look at me tracking my watch hours. Those are direct conditions that are helping me push towards having a full-time content creation business. So having a monthly revenue and checking in on that monthly revenue and making sure that I'm making enough so that I can become a full-time content creator is the lag measures. Those are concrete things. And the lead measures are the actions you are taking that are going to generate that lag measure that will be a concrete evidence that whatever you are doing is working. For example, another example, let's say you want to lose weight. Like your goal is to have the body of your dreams. That is your ambitious outcome. That is your goal. The lead measure is the actions you take towards losing weight. So counting your calories, going to the gym. Your lag measure is your weight on the scale. So if your weight is going down, guess what? That means that the actions that you're taking, you going to the gym and counting your calories, is having a positive outcome, is having the outcome that you are desiring. So we need to have a lead measure and a lag measure. So what are the actions you're going to take that are going to generate the results that you want? That is essentially what it is. So we need to act on those lead measures. If you are planning, hey, I'm gonna publish 3 videos a week. Hey, I'm gonna go to the gym 3 times a week. Hey, I'm gonna take lunch to work every single day so that I don't go out and eat, so I can stay within my budget. Those are lead measures. And when you are checking in on your lag, when you see the result afterwards, let's say you've been eating clean every single day and you go to check your weight on the scale, is the scale going down? Is the scale reflecting exactly what you want? If it's not, then that is when we need to make change. So that is why lead measures, we help you correct behavior, correct your actions, and possibly check in on things that are not working. They're going to help you identify potential issues. So let's say you've been going to the gym 3 times a week and you've been eating clean every single day, but the scale is going up instead of down. Then that is when you're going to see, okay, what am I doing wrong? What is not working here? What can I change? And let's say it's, oh, I'm eating too much sugar, so therefore I need to lessen up on my sugar, and hopefully next week that will help me lose the weight. And guess what? You take that corrective action, you eat less sugar, you still go to the gym, and you still eat on a caloric deficit, and guess what? You see the scale go down, and then you're like, okay, that is what was going wrong. So you gotta have both. You gotta have your actions that you were going to take, and you need to check up on what is happening because of those actions that you are taking. So number 3. So actually, before I get to number 3, when you are weekly planning, when you are checking in on your actions, you want to ask yourself this question: how did my lead actions affect my lag outcomes? How did me publishing 3 videos affect me getting towards achieving my goal of 3,000 watch hours? Did it help, or did it not make any difference? You need to be asking yourself this on a weekly basis if you're making weekly actions towards the goals that you want to have. So number 3, keep a compelling scoreboard. So this is essentially you just keeping track of your goals, keeping track of your actions. So you want to make sure that you are keeping track of the amount of hours that you are putting in and keeping track of your outcomes. So like I said, this is you just making sure that you are keeping track of your progress. You're keeping track of if you are actually on track towards achieving your goals. If you're wanting to achieve this within this year, if you're wanting to achieve this within 3 months, 6 months, whatever months you want, you're making sure that you're keeping track, that you are following that timeline. If that timeline is not following, then something wrong is happening. You want to make sure that you are keeping track, because if not, you're losing time and you're not going to triple your results if you're not doing this. Number 4, create accountability. Like I said, I am creating a whole membership all about accountability, and if you want to create that accountability, then either you do it yourself or you get yourself into a membership or a community. It does not have to be mine. You get into a community, you find an accountability partner, you find somebody who's going to keep you on track, who's going to be checking in, or you check in with yourself on a weekly basis. A lot of times it's so much more easier to have accountability partner and have somebody there kind of cheering you on versus you just doing it all by yourself. That is why I also want this accountability membership, because I want you guys to help me as much as I want to help you. We're keeping all of us accountable for our actions. So like I said, if you guys want to join that membership, the waiting list will be down below, but it's not necessary. You don't have to sign up if you don't want to. So yes, that is it for today's video. I know today's video was super long. I really hope it helped you guys. You just gain a little bit more of a perspective on what we can do to hopefully master the art of staying focused. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to sign up for that waiting list over down below, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye. Mwah.